454, the people that get put on the pedestal, or the people that are able to be vulnerable enough to give y'all, I can give you my pain. I give you my stories. I give you my pain. Like, there's so many days I walk these streets and I feel so like exposed sometimes, because y'all really know my stories. Like, you know some of my deepest. Oh yeah, Smash Studios, man. Boy Tips doing rehearsal, man. Yo, 10 years in, man, I take a lot, man. A lot of great artists don't walk the studio, man. Look at this wavy ass painting right here, bro. But niggas is just out here grinding, bro. Like, yo, it's really important to understand what hard work is, bro. Sometimes being an artist is just being true with your soul, man. Everybody's an artist. You just gotta find what platform that you want to create. All being an artist says is finding a language that you want to use to document your process and how you view the world. And that's all it is, nothing more, nothing less. And at the end of the day, man, be great. Look, man, nigga Tips on me, putting me to work.
Yeah. Now, I want to do.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
I got my own money, baby, I just want your time. I don't waste yours if you never waste mine.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
Never seen the Heat play, maybe on a replay. 2K of the EA, I was on PA when I heard through the grapevine. He laid hands on you, so I hit you through the FaceTime. Told you pack your bags in, meet me where I took you. Stay up in that suite, I'm about to book you. I never overlook you, I take you down bottom, let the sun overcook you.
You hear people talk about the process. Everybody's process is different. And in my personal opinion, the process as an artist is 4 steps: experiences, reflection, growth, then document it. And those are the 4 things. Most people only go through the first 3 steps and they haven't found a platform to document that process of the growth. In all reality, that's what being an artist is. It's just being vulnerable enough to give the world your pain on a platform that people find entertaining or life-changing. And that's all it is. It's all stories. If it's in a paintbrush, if it's in words, if it's in beats, if it's in film, if it's in any aspect of artistry, it's just the language of your pain and experiences. So sometimes my question really is, what does it take for you to document your process?
Also, I'm just acknowledging that you're a human being, you know, you're not just a means for getting information.
Well, the guy right there with the dreads, that's Chuck Wolf, one of the best photographers in New York City, and a lot of you don't know, but he's one of the best rappers I've ever heard.
About the whip, I am flying, skydiving. You know who I am, Chucky Wolf the lion. Niggas I spy. They really try to spy on me, but they must be stupid, I'm Tony. I keep it low key, the same OG, rolling OG. Shorty say to me, those emojis, she wanna blow me, just like Tuba. Yeah, I jumped up in her just like Scuba. Divide, yeah, man. Oh, I'm just.
But sometimes you wonder, where do rappers or poets or artists get their information from? Like, where do you get the inspiration from? And it comes from life. But before there's words that can rap on a beat, somebody has to create the beat. Somebody has to create the platform. One of the best things about being an artist is being able to collab on many different levels. And one of the best things I can say about being an artist now is that I get to be around so many dope people that expose me to different environments.
10 toes, I got 10 takes. 10 holes and like 10 bakes.
I feel like I really like appreciate my live performance game. You know what I'm saying? And like I be watching on YouTube mad people live, like R&B shit mostly, cause rap niggas is really more like jump around, hop around shit.
Like mosh pit type shit.
I be watching like a lot of R&B shit, and I love like live bands and shit. So I really think that if I put something like this out there,
people will fuck with it.
People would think that I'm interested in it more than just being like, oh, this nigga rap.
In the sense of like, nobody's having a conversation like, yo, some niggas is like actual artists and some niggas entertainers, and there's few niggas that actually do both. Like, you understand the process of being at home and actually like writing with the pen, but you want to go on the stage and execute. But when you on that stage, it's ruthless, man. The crowd don't gotta fuck with you. The crowd don't gotta like you. A lot of artists aren't entertainers, and a lot of entertainers aren't necessarily artists. But when you on that stage, you gotta entertain. You gotta find a way to get that crowd. And sometimes it's not an easy crowd.
Yo, I can get one mic. My fault. I ain't trying to interrupt y'all conversations. I know y'all just met people and shit, but
Can I get a little more silence in here real quick? I can just drop my gems and continue. You got the thing. Cool. Appreciate that. I hate the fact that I need people to feel love. Like, I really miss the drugs. Like, nah, dead ass though. Like, I really miss the drugs. When I was hot, even fake love felt like a hug. And it's a hard one to deal with when you sober. Man, drugs are never a good thing. Drugs is never a bad thing. I feel like drugs just heighten who you are. I've taken drugs, and it's made me sometimes the best creative I could possibly be, but it's also made me the most depressed I've ever been. But some of my best conversations I've ever had in life with God is when I was high. But drugs to me do two things. Either you running from something, or you trying to get close to something. And people always talk about the people that take drugs to run from something, but I ain't gonna lie. Certain people take drugs just to get closer to who they really are.
I thought you had a tune. It's just a regular beat. And then it's just gonna be like, you see how people forgot all their culture. Like they don't know where they come from. I don't know if they dance again. Or talk together, whatever. So if you talk together like this. Come see them, Mr. Figure, check. Some shit like that.
No, that's facts.
But we just want to make the girls, you could just listen to it.
Bro, that's the essence. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. That's some real to your soul type like shit.
You don't need much rhythm to move, bro. You just need rhythm.
And that's what we want to do. We want to bring back the culture.
That's a fucking.
Matter of fact, it's already back. Forget that. It's already back. The culture is back, and we just telling people we on full attack.
It's my boy Shane, man, and right now we're looking at his video shoot where he actually has a song called "Wind Up Your Waist." Just like I used to talk about in the staircase, you want to bring that feeling back.
Yeah, come wind up your waist for me. My love how you wind up your waist for me. The way your body look nice.
I controversy represented for Satan. Oh, you mean, yo? Oh, you mean, yo? Change the world, you feel me? Change the world. You're God's gift.
We pull the biggie, we can't change the world unless we change ourselves.
Real talk, and we change it together.
Experiences create art. And the world needs art. If you want to free the world, then free the artists. Because in the day, like, artists are in a very unique position where they get to document the beauty and pain in this world and put it on a platform where people can decipher it and live their life by it. And naturally, artists tend to use drugs or alcohol to heighten those experiences, to give them a different perspective, for them to embellish within that moment. A lot of times people talk about drugs in the aspect like people trying to run from something, but a lot of people take drugs to go somewhere, to get closer to something. And some of my best conversations I've ever had with God was when I was high, to be honest with you. And I know perspective, people gonna look at me differently, but it's like as an artist, I've learned that I can't create the narrative the world has of me. The world is gonna take me for what they want. When I perform, there's gonna be different point of views of how people view me. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just the game. But I want to talk about something that was real to me. Like when I said in my lyrics, like, yo, I tried to smoke, but the high ain't the same no more. Drugs numb me from my pain. Those are real facts. Like, drugs really numb me from stuff I didn't want to deal with, I wasn't ready to deal with. And it's like I didn't realize how much drugs or how much damage I was putting on my body until I reflected back after and was like, damn. And I know my mom, my sister probably going to look at me differently, but honestly, it's not about the perception of me anymore. It's about the people that have been through and are going through certain demons and issues that we run from or we scapegoat with drugs or alcohol and we don't try to face nor deal with. And I think one of the best things that you could ever do is not even just for the world, but just document so you can reflect back on who you used to be and see your growth. Because that's the only thing that really matters sometimes in life. It's not what you get in life, it's who you become. I wish I created that, but I didn't. I probably heard it from Gary Vee or Eric Thomas or somebody. But who am I now is so crucial to who I'm going to be in the future, who I was before. And I had a tough spot in my life where drugs was really bad for me. Like, I was really doing bad. Like, There was days it was hard to come home and look my mom right in her eyes because I knew she could see that I was fucking high as fuck. Or I knew I smelled like loud and she wouldn't even look at me or condemn me. Cause so much was going on in my life, I didn't know how to deal with that shit. And that shit still fuck with me to this day. It's just like death, heartbreak, insecurities, like so many days that the society pressure start to get to you. It's like sometimes you feel like you did everything right. It's like, yo, I went and I got my degree. You feel me? I went to school, I went to college, now I'm back here working jobs with the same kids that you kicked out of class, with the same kids that you said, like, yo, they're not going to be nothing in life. Like, that's what teachers used to say about certain kids. But now it's like, yo, like, nigga, last time I checked, we working the same jobs. Like, it was hard for me to deal with shit because I felt like I was prepared for a war that don't exist no more. I tell people out there, like, a lot of people in two spots, like, they wonder why people take drugs. They be like, I can never do that. And there's certain people that don't realize how much drugs they take. And it's like, a lot of times we running from something. A lot of times we run into ourselves because we don't feel like ourselves unless we high or we drunk, because that's how we get in touch with our soul. So how do we find that space where we could be in touch with our soul better? How do we find that space where we can feel like ourselves when we sober? And I don't know the definition of that. I don't know how to get there yet. I'm still working on that shit. But I used to take a lot of drugs, and I'll never deny that shit. Well, I was in a bad spot. Really bad spot. But it's just like, I talk about it now because it helps me heal this shit, but I also talk about it now because I want other people to heal. I want other people to understand, like, yo, it's okay, man. Like, a lot of shit, like, there's a lot of shit in life people didn't prepare for. That only life could teach you, and them lessons be hard, bro. Them lessons be hard as fuck sometimes. So these experiences be real, like, these moments be real. It's like my words are real, my experiences are real. What I put in my art is real. Like, when I really say don't be frozen in this life, I really mean that. Like, don't be stagnant. Find a space that we can grow. I said, don't be frozen in this life. I heard that song when I was watching my niece, and it made me think twice, like, maybe kids got the recipe to life. Like, I was dead watching my niece, and she was singing the song from Frozen. Like, I'm not lying to you. This is real shit.
And the fears that once controlled me ain't passing me out. Since you see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No, I don't know it was the free. Let go, let go. I want to the wind inside. Let go, let go. You never see me cry.
Let it go! Don't be frozen in this life. I heard that song when I was watching my niece, and it made me think twice, like, maybe kids got the recipe to life. Be bold, be spontaneous, be adventurous, be true. Life changed when I looked up the definition of enough, and I seen a picture of you.
I believe in God, hope he believe in me. At 27, he done put me where I need to be. Help me feel the blessings that I couldn't see. Now I'm just a man that they couldn't be.